Dear student, in today's lecture we start new article, equation of continuity from chapter number 2, mechanical properties. For steady flow, the volume rate of flow of incompressible fluid is constant throughout the flow. Or we can write AV is constant or dV by dt is constant. So dV by dt is volume rate of flow. So dV by dt is volume rate of flow of incompressible fluid and it is constant. Now here we consider one example. Consider steady flow of incompressible fluid in a tube of different cross-sectional area A1 and A2. So here we are considering A1 is greater than A2. Now we are considering V1, V2. Velocities of the fluid at A1 and A2 respectively. The particle of fluid moves faster through narrow section and moves slow at wider section. So we can see a diagram here. So this is cross-sectional area A1 and this is cross-sectional area A2. Okay, here A1 is greater than A2. So V1, V2, the speeds. Okay. So here the mass of the fluid within this region A1 and A2 constant. Okay. Over the time, if mass m of the fluid enter the section A1, whatever the mass enter in the section A1, then equal mass of the fluid leave the section A2. Same mass leave through the A2. Mass of the fluid enter tube at point A. So you can see the point A in a diagram. So mass of the fluid enter at point A. That is given by formula density into volume. You know that density is mass upon volume. So mass is density into volume. So mass is density into volume. But here the volume we can write. So volume we can write this cross-sectional area at A is A1 and this thickness is dx1. So volume we can write A1 dx1. Okay. If I consider here the speed is V1 here, so that V1 we can write dx1 divided by dt. So by using this formula we can write dx1 is equal to V1 delta t. So this is the formula. So you can see here the V1 delta t. Now by substituting this value of the volume in above equation, we get mass of the fluid tube enter in a tube at point A, and it is given by equation number 1. You can see this equation. We substitute this instead of volume. Similar manner, mass of the fluid leaving the tube at point B. In similar way, we can calculate, and it is rho A2 V2 delta T. Only here the cross-sectional area and the velocity or speed at that point B is different. Now here the mass of the fluid enter at point A and the mass of the fluid leaving at point B both are same. Or we can say that mass of the fluid enter at point A and enter at point B both are same. So we can write here equation 1 is equal to equation 2. Then we cancel the common term. This rho get cancelled, delta T get cancelled. We get A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. So A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. So this is the equation of continuity, or we can write it is A into V is constant. So here you note V is a velocity. Area multiplied by velocity is constant. And this is the equation of continuity. So we get this area into velocity is constant. A is the area and V is the velocity. This velocity we can write here dx by dt. Then area into dx is equal to, you know that A into dx is velocity. So instead of this we can write velocity. Sorry, volume. Area multiplied by this thickness dx is volume. So that we substitute here. So volume flux is equal to dv by dt, and it is constant. So here we are written, instead of A into dx, we substitute dv, and it is constant. So we can write volume rate of flow of incompressible fluid for steady flow is same throughout the flow. That is, volume flux is constant. Now the next article is Bernoulli's equation. Now let me learn the statement of the Bernoulli's equation. So this is the mathematical statement. Bernoulli's equation states that work done per unit volume of fluid by the surrounding fluid is equal to the sum of the changes in kinetic and potential energies per unit volume. So work done per unit volume is equal to sum of kinetic energy and potential energy per unit volume. Simply work done is equal to kinetic energy. Change in kinetic energy plus potential. Now we consider a tube in which liquid is flowing. So you can see a tube in a diagram. Now here some points V1 and V2. They are the speed at point P and R. So you can see this point P, this point R. Okay. So this is V1. You can see this V1 and this is V2. And see the speed at P and R respectively. A1 and A2 are the cross-sectional area at P1, sorry, P and R. So you can see here this cross-sectional area. Okay. And at this point cross-sectional area is A2. P1 and P2 are the pressure at point P and R respectively. So here the pressure at this point P is V1 and at point R is V2. D1, D2 be the distances traveled by fluid at P and R in the time interval dt, which velocities V1 and V2. You can see this interval D1 and this interval D2. So this formula of the pressure, you know that force by area. So force is equal to pressure into area. So this P1 into A1 is, and P2 into A2 be the forces acting on the point P and Q. Forces acting at point P and Q. The volume dV of the fluid passing through any cross section during the time interval dt is same. So by this equation we can write dV is equal to A1 D1 is equal to A2 D2. Therefore, the net work done on the element by the surrounding fluid during the flow from P to R is. So work done you have to find out. You know the formula of the work done is the force into displacement. Okay? So we have to find out work done on element by surrounding fluid during the flow from P to R. Okay? So here you know that work done is equal to force into displacement. So this is the force P1A1 into this area element. I mean this distance is D1 minus P2A2 is the force and distance is D2 at point R. So this is the work done. So this A1 into D1 we can write dV volume. A2 into D2 is also dV. Okay, just we learn A1 D1 is equal to A2 D2 and it is equal to dV. So we get here work done is equal to P1 minus P2 into dV. So this is the work done. Therefore, the net change in kinetic energy during this time interval dt is. Now we have to find out change in kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is half mv square. Okay? Instead of m, we can write this density into this volume. So volume is A2 D2. Okay? So we can write 1 by 2 rho A2 D2 into V2 square. So this is the kinetic energy at point R minus kinetic energy at point P. So this is the mass density into volume into V1 square. Now we have to simplify this equation. So 1 by 2 rho this A2 D2 and A1 D1. Instead of that we can substitute dV. Then we get this equation. Then we can take 1 by 2 rho and dV common. So we get equation number 2 for the change in the kinetic energy. Therefore, the net change in gravitational potential energy during time interval dt. Similar manner, we can find out change in potential energy. So formula is mg into h2 minus mg into h1. So h2 is the height at point R and h1 is the height at point P. Now instead of mass, we can substitute density into volume. So rho into dV. GH2 as it is and here GH1 as it is. Now here we can take the common rho dV into G common. In a bracket we can write H2 minus H1. But work done is kinetic energy plus potential energy. So by using equation 1, 2 and 3, so this is equation 3, we can write this formula. Now here dV is common everywhere, we can cancel this dV. Then we get this formula. Now let me simplify this equation more. Then after the simplification we get this formula. P1 plus 1 by 2 rho V1 square plus rho GH1 is equal to P2 plus 1 by 2 rho V2 square plus rho GH2. By using this we can write here P plus 1 by 2 rho V square plus rho GH is equal to constant. And this is Bernoulli's equation. This is Bernoulli's equation. Now let me solve one problem. It's a problem number 17 from exercise. The pressure of water inside the closed pipe is 3 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. This pressure reduces to 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. On opening the wall of the pipe, calculate the speed of water flowing through the pipe. Density of the water is given. Now here the given data we can enlist pressure 1, pressure 2, then density of the water. And we have to find out, calculate speed. We have to calculate speed. So initially water having a zero speed, and then the speed V2 we have to find out. So V2 is equal to question mark. Now here we use Bernoulli's principle here. So this P1 divided by rho plus 1 by 2 V1 square is equal to P2 divided by rho plus 1 by 2 V2 square. Just fill in this Bernoulli's principle here. Pressure plus 1 by 2 rho V square plus rho GH is equal to constant. So by using that, we have written this equation. So here the liquid is moving, so this potential energy is zero. Now here this pressure plus 1 by 2 rho V square is equal to constant, or we can write, by using this we can write alternate equation like this way also. P1 plus 1 by 2 rho V1 square is equal to P2 1 by 2 rho V2 square also. By using this also you can solve. But here both side divided by rho, and then the formula is taken. Both the formulas are equivalent. Now we substitute the values. Pressure 1 is 3 into 10 raised to 5. Rho is 1000. 1 by 2 into initial speed is 0. And pressure 2 is 2 into 10 raised to 5 divided by 1000 is the density. Plus 1 by 2 into V2 square. This V2 we have to find out. So we have to simplify this equation. So here we get equation. After simplification, we get this equation. So we can find out here V2 square, which is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 2. So V2 is under root 2 into 10 raised to 2. So we can write here, it is equivalent to 10 root. So root 2 is 1.414 multiplied by 10. We get answer 14.14 meter per second. This is answer for speed of water flowing through the pipe. Our next article is applications of Bernoulli's equation. The first application is speed of efflux. The word efflux means fluid outflow. Torricelli discovered that speed of efflux from an open tank is identical to that of freely falling body. So speed of efflux means freely falling liquid. If this is a container and from this is a pipe, and if the liquid is flowing like this freely falling liquid means the efflux. So this is efflux. And the speed of efflux is equal to speed of freely falling body. Now how much is the speed of freely falling body? If I consider this body is falling on the ground, okay, it has a maximum velocity v when it's stuck to the ground. Initial speed is 0. So you know that v is equal to u plus at. This is the kinematical equation. By using that, we can write v is equal to 0 plus, if we use sign convention, we can write it is minus g, and this is t. Now here we get v is equal to minus gt. In term of height, we can find out. If I consider this height is h, then by using another kinematical equation, we can write V square is equal to 0 minus 2g into h. So V square is equal to, we can write in magnitude wise, under root 2, sorry, V is equal to under root 2gh. And this is the speed of freely falling object. Freely falling object having a speed under root 2gh. And efflux also having a same speed. Now for that we consider efflux of the fluid from an orifice. Orifice means a small opening. Let me consider that rho is the density of the liquid. A1 is this larger cross-sectional area. A2 is the smaller cross-sectional area. Okay? V1 is speed at A1. So here speed at A1 is V1. V2 is speed at A2. So here speed is V2. H is equal to the height. You can see height in a diagram. P0 is equal to pressure at inlet and outlet. So you can see here pressure P0. By Bernoulli's equation we get P0 plus 1 by 2 rho V1 square plus rho GH is equal to P0 plus 1 by 2 rho V2 square plus potential energy at this point A2 is inside this bottom is 0. Okay? So we are written here the Bernoulli's equation for this point A and for this point B. So at B potential energy is 0. Now we have to simplify this equation. Using equation of continuity we can write. So you know that equation of continuity is A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. By using that we can write V1 is equal to A2 by A1 into V2. Substituting this V1 in above equation we get. So this 1 by 2. This here P0 P0 get cancelled. 1 by 2 rho. Instead of this V1 we are written A2 by A1 square multiplied by V2 square plus rho GH as it is equal to 1 by 2 this term as it is here rho V2 square. Now we cancel the common term 1 by 2 1 by 2 rho, this rho get cancelled. Okay? This rho also get cancelled. And here 2 is coming here. Okay? 2GH. Because for this term we have to multiply it by 2 and divide by 2. This divide by 2 get cancelled. So A2 by A1 square bracket square into V2 square plus 2GH is equal to V2 square. Now by using that we can write here a formula of 2GH 1 minus in a bracket A2 by A1 bracket square into V2 square. This is the formula of 2GH. In this equation A2 is very less as compared to A1, you can see. Then above equation reduces to. So if this is very less, we neglect this one. Then it is 1. This bracket is 1. So 1 into V2 square is V2 square. Then V2 is equal to under root. And this is the speed of freely falling object. So we can say that speed of efflux and speed of freely falling object both are same. Now next application of Bernoulli principle is Venturi tube. A Venturi tube is used to measure speed of flow of fluid in a tube. It has a constriction in the tube. As the fluid passes through the constriction, its speed increases in accordance with the equation of continuity. The pressure thus decreases as required by the Bernoulli's equation. You can see here. So this is the constriction. Okay. So you can see here, this is the areas A1, A2, this point P1, P2. Okay. The pressure decreases here. As the fluid passes through the constriction, its speed increases in accordance with the equation of continuity. So here speed increases. So you know that equation of continuity, A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2, or we know that AV is equal to constant. So speed and area is inversely proportional. So here area is less, so obviously speed is more. Here speed increases as the liquid passes through that. Now after that, now we consider here, let rho is the density of the liquid flows through venturi tube. A1 area of cross section and wider part. Area 2 is area of cross section at the constriction. V1 is the speed of the fluid at A1. V2 is the speed of the fluid at A2. P1 is the pressure at A1. P2 is the pressure at A2. Then by Bernoulli's equation we can write here P1 plus 1 by 2 rho V1 square is equal to P2 plus 1 by 2 rho V2 square. Here potential energy is 0, so potential energy term is not coming. Now here we rearrange the term. So this P2 is shifted to this side. So we get P1 minus P2 is equal to 1 by 2 rho is V2 square minus V1 square. But here P1 minus P2 is equal to rho GH. We learn the formula of pressure. It is rho GH. So we can write here rho GH is equal to 1 by 2 rho V2 square minus V1 square. Now we cancel the common term. So here rho get cancelled. This 2 is shifted to the left hand side. So we get 2GH is equal to V2 square minus V1 square. The rate of flow of liquid passing through the cross section can be calculated by knowing the areas A1 and A2. Since if area 1 means areas are known, then we can determine the rate of flow of liquid. Now next application, lifting up of an aeroplane. The shape of cross section of wing of aeroplane is as shown in figure. You can see the shape of the wings of the aeroplane. And the airflow also you can see in a diagram. So when aeroplane run on runway, due to the aerodynamic shape of its wings, the streamlines of air are crowded. Streamlines of air are crowded above the wings. You can see here they are crowded compared to those below the wings. Thus, air above the wings moves faster than below the wings. So this air having a larger velocity. According to the Bernoulli's principle, pressure above the wing decreases. So here, the pressure above the wing decreases and that below the wing increases. Means here pressure increases. Pressure increases. And here pressure decreases. Due to this pressure difference, an upward force called the dynamic lift act on the bottom of the wing of aeroplane. When this force become greater than the weight of the aeroplane take off. So lifting up of aeroplane is also based on this Bernoulli principle. Now next application is working of an atomizer. So you can see a simple atomizer machine here. So generally it is used to spray scent. Action of the carburetor of automobile engine, paint gun, carburetor, paint gun, scent spray, insect spray is based on Bernoulli's principle. Air is blown at high speed over the tip of this tube with the help of piston P in the cylinder C. You can see here the cylinder. So when we air is blown at high speed over the tip of this tube, this air create high speed air create low pressure over the tube due to which liquid rises in it and is then blown off in very small droplets with expelled air. Scent spraying. This atomizer means scent spraying machine basically. It also work on this Bernoulli principle. So basically, when the air is moved with the high speed, then it create low pressure over the tube and due to which liquid rises. Now next one is blowing off of roofs by stormy wind. You know that in rainy season many times you may have heard in the news. So roofs may be off because of storm. The reason is again here also some Bernoulli's principle is used, so it is responsible. Now let's see how it is useful here. When high speed stormy wind blows over the rooftop, you can see in a diagram high speed wind is blowing over the rooftop. It causes low pressure P above the roof. So here speed is more, speed for the air is more. So it causes low pressure. It causes low pressure on the roof in by using the Bernoulli principle. However, air below the roof is still the atmospheric pressure. So air below the roof having atmospheric pressure. So due to this difference in pressure, the roof is lifted up and is then blown off by the wind as shown in figure. Now here, this chapter number 2, mechanical properties of fluid is over. Now let's see the MCQ. I will give you the hint only, you have to solve. So this is the MCQ number 1 from the exercise. So here, hydraulic lift is designed to lift heavy objects of maximum mass. This is the maximum mass. Area of cross section of the piston carrying a load. This is the area. What is the maximum pressure smaller piston would have to be? So here you can use a Pascal law. By Pascal law, pressure is transmitted equally. Okay. So you have to use Pascal law, and by that Pascal law, you have to find out this P1 is equal to this F2 by A2. Use this formula, then you will get the answer. So this is the area. and this mass u is given in kg. So F2 you can write mg, m2g divided by area. MCQ number 2. Two capillary tubes whose radius are given first and second, R1, R2, are deep in the same liquid. Ratio of height through which the liquid will rise in the tube. So we already learn one relation, H and R, inverse relation, or we can write HR is constant. This relation we already learned. Okay? So by using that, we can write H1 by H2. So what you have to find out, ratio of heights is equal to R2 by R. R1 and R2 is given, so you can find out the answer. Okay, this is the relation. Now next one, the energy stored in soap bubble, diameter is given. You can find out radius by using that, and you can convert into the meter. So this is in centimeter. So radius is 3 centimeter. 3 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Surface tension, and we have to find out energy. So energy here is given by formula. You know that T is equal to dW by dA. By that formula, dW is equal to T into dA. But here it's a soap bubble having a two free surfaces, so 2T into dA. So here dA we can write 4 pi r square because it's a soap bubble, spherical in shape. Now you can substitute the values and you can do the calculation, you can get answer. Now next one. Two held stones with radii in the ratio 1:4 fall from a greater height through the atmosphere. The ratio of their terminal velocity is E. So here terminal velocity proportional to this r square. We have to use this relation, then you will get the answer. Next one, Bernoulli's theorem. Which of the following is conserved? So in Bernoulli's theorem, this energy is conserved.